알았지?
Hi everyone, so today I'm going to be doing a book review on Six of Crows by Leigh Bardugo. Okay, so let's get started. The most regrettable thing is that I didn't read this earlier and now I'm like 4 years late and whatever I have to say will already have been said by others, but who cares? Okay, so a word about the author. Leigh Bardugo is an amazing author. She is not afraid to discuss topics that are uncomfortable to other authors, and some of her works are the Shadow and Bone trilogy, Six of Crows duology, Language of Thorns, King of Scars, and more to come. So, and she also graduated from Yale University, which is like, you know? Okay, so Six of Crows is a young adult book, and it's about a magician/scientist that created a magical drug sort of thing called jurda parem, and Kaz Brekker, otherwise known as Dirtyhands, and one of the most important characters in the book, needs to break that scientist out of the most secure prison in the world with a team that's made up of, 5 other criminals, and they each have their own different crimes, yeah. Okay, so it's like a high risk and high reward kind of crime, so like they have a pretty good incentive. And also it has a lot of romance along the way, which is like good. So basically it's a fantasy heist novel with like lots of teenage angst and love triangles added in. Sounds great, doesn't it? It's also rated as 4.46 on Goodreads, which is amazing. Like the previous book review that I did, Heartless, is rated 4.05. And in my opinion, Heartless is a better read than Six of Crows, but that's just my opinion, so like, you know. Okay, now let's get into the characters. Kaz Brekker is like the most important main character in the book, and he's like the criminal mastermind and seems to be emotionless, but like he actually cares a lot about his fellow criminals. And he's 17 years old, and he's also known as Dirtyhands, which, yeah. And Gaffa is a silly girl that Kaz rescued from the menagerie, and she acts as a spider/assassin, and she's nicknamed the Wraith because she has this talent of moving around unnoticed. Jesper Fahey is the sharpshooter of the group. His most prized possessions are his pistols with pearl handles, and he loves gambling, but he falls into debt, which is bad, and he's like addicted to the rush of adrenaline that he experiences whenever he gambles or gets into a life and death match, you know? And he also appears to have ADHD, like in my opinion. Okay, Nina Zenik is a heartrender and is gifted with languages. She originally worked in the Second Army of Ravka and then went to the House of the Bright Rose before Kaz convinced her to join the Dregs. She has a very long and complicated history with Matthias actually, whom she later on is in a relationship with. Yay! And okay, so next character is Wyman Van Eck, and he has a reading disability and he's very self-conscious about it. He has a very good memory, so he uses that to hide his disability, but yeah, it doesn't really work. He is Jan Van Eck's son, disowned by him, and Kaz recruits him as insurance against his father, but he also proves to be a talented demolitionist, like creating bombs and such. He likes Jesper, and Jesper likes him back. Okay, Matthias, however, where do I even start with him? Okay, so about the complicated and long history with Nina and Matthias. Okay, so Jordans hate Grisha because they think their power is unnatural. Nina got captured by Frigeridan's soldiers and Matthias, who was a part of that group, and so then like their ship gets shipwrecked by a storm, and Nina and Matthias survive with each other's company. And as soon as they reach land, like Nina absolutely pulls a bad move. Like she betrays him. Like she tells this person that Matthias is a slaver who captured her, and Matthias gets arrested and sent to Hellgate. So now you may be thinking, wow, Nina's a bad person, like, yeah. But don't judge too soon like I did. It turns out Nina did this to protect Matthias, which is absolutely sweet, because she believed that older Ravkans were watching her and would kill Matthias as soon as they saw him. Yeah. So now I should get into my opinions. I'll start with the parts that I liked. Okay, so I like the fact that Leigh Bardugo addresses topics that are considered taboo in some places, and also she doesn't kill off or dispose of the disabled characters. No. She makes them her main characters, which I love. Honestly, this book defies the definition of traditional young adult books because Kaz Brekker takes pride in his disability, and even though there is magical healing in this world, Kaz doesn't let people heal him. And Inej and Wylan and Jesper, don't even get me started. No. The point is, they all eventually come to accept the fact that they have a disability of some sort, and they make the most out of it. The world that Leigh Bardugo creates is unbelievably dark, but it's also full of the usual fantasy, angst, and romance, which is great. Okay, now I'll get into the cons, or the bad parts. First of all, the intro acts as a gentle drop into the Grishaverse, but it's also very dull, and it's just one of those things that the reader has to go through to get to the good parts. Secondly, the character's just too young. Kaz, for example, he's 17 in the book, but he acts like a 30-year-old criminal mastermind that's been doing his job for 15 years. It doesn't feel right. Six of Crows is a young adult book, and Leigh Bardugo, of course, is aiming straight for that magic number 17. But if you're gonna make all your characters 17, then you need to make them act like they are 17. With the exception of Wylan, who is flustered by literally everything that goes on around him, no one is 17 inside, no. Okay, so this has been the book review of Six of Crows. I hope you enjoyed this. Go check out the sequel to Six of Crows. It's called The Crooked Kingdom. And I rate Six of Crows a 4 out of 5 stars. And the next book review that I will be doing is Carvel by Stephanie Garber. Please like, turn on the notification bell, and subscribe. Bye! Okay, that was embarrassing.